Alright, just to get this out of the way, this was not given to me, this was not given to the channel. This product was paid for. It is going into an 86 Chevy Silverado, and so you're going to get an honest review on it. Like I said, I'm not doing a review. They didn't send it to me to give a review or anything. This is actually going into a truck. It's going to be using a modified fan shroud or custom made fan shroud, because we're not going to be using their fan shroud, and then we're going to be installing it in the truck. So this is just going to be an introduction to taking it out of the box, what it looks like, the cores in it, and what's going to be done. Thanks. I got a good one here. Cold case radiator. This radiator is their, they call it their performance. It's like their heavy duty version for the C10 trucks. And I believe that this is probably going to work with the heavy duty brackets that come with the, I think they're essentially the big block radiators that come on these C10s. Now this is going to be going on an 86, and we're going to do a custom fan shroud with custom fans, and they're going to be Spall 14-inch fans. So it's going to be a fun build for this, because the radiator is 28. This is going to be 28, but it's probably going to be a little bit bigger, so I'm probably going to have to make a little bit more of a custom side on the fan shroud, which I'll show y'all how I'm going to do it. So we're going to have two Spall fans, 14-inch, and the radiator itself is the 21-inch tall version. I think the regular is 18. So this is the 21-inch tall performance radiator they call. It's pretty much the heavy duty radiator. So let me unbox it, and then we'll get a close-up of what it actually looks like. They do sell a fan shroud kit for this that already bolts up to it. But when I do my radiators, I like to make sure that the fan is as large as it can be and take up as much space as it can, so that it's more efficient. And I know some people will have 28-inch radiators and they'll run 10-inch fans on there and it'll work, but the bigger the better, and that's just my opinion. I believe it cools better. And on this one, I'm not going to do like my regular builds where it's going to be maybe an inch from the actual fins itself, from the fan shroud. I'm going to do a 2-inch, so I'm going to bring it back some, so it's going to be even a little bit more efficient, because it's going to be able to suck air out from the complete area instead of like almost directly from the front of the fan, or from being probably a 1/4 inch from the fan. So that'll be interesting. Now I will say, I already opened the box, but I will say that they package it very well. The box came in beat up. That's not Cold Case's fault. That's your shipper. So there was absolutely no damage to it. And it is just as pretty as you see it online. It is what it is, a radiator. Now this does have your one for your heater hose, and obviously your other heater hose goes into your water pump, and this one has for the transmission cooler. I always run an external, and I run it in front of the condenser and the radiator and so forth, because I like to have bigger transmission coolers. So these will not even be used. I did inspect it. The welding is good. Some of the welding looks really nice. Some of it's not that great, but you know, these guys are in production. That's what they do. As long as it doesn't leak, good enough with me. Other than that, the welding's good. I did do that right there, but I fixed it. Here we have a picture of the backside, and I'll do an up close of the weld so you can see what I'm talking about. So let me get you closer. Alright, so like I said, a lot of the welds are consistent. I don't know if they're done by hand or by machine. They do look like they're done by hand, which, you know, like I said, when you're doing a production, you're going to get done with it as fast as you can. But like I said, I mean, it looks good. I haven't installed it yet. I'm sure it's not going to leak or anything. And then you have a aluminum neck here. And what makes these radiators so popular, let me get a flashlight. I don't know if you can see, these are like 2-core radiators, but they're 1-inch long cores on the inside. You see that? So those are some pretty good sizable cores right there. And you know, most people think, oh, you got to have a 4-core, there's 3-core. This is adequate enough. It really is. Nice design. Like I said, we're going to be doing a custom fan shroud on this. Let me spin it around for you. See the top. You got a serial number. And as far as the necks on this stuff, I thought it was going to have like some cheap thin material on it, but I don't want to drop the radiator, so hold up. It's actually pretty thick material, and you just can't wobble it around real easy. Turn the light on in here. So that's a pretty decent material right there for the thickness. Comes with a petcock. I don't know if it's quality or not, but you can see this one was bent. But a petcock is just a petcock. It's not something you're supposed to play with. The material for this, same thing, it's pretty thick. They do have an insignia stamped on the side, cold case radiators, or cold case. And that's it, folks. Now we get to make a fan shroud for it. But I figured we'd do a unboxing. But you see the quality of it, at least from the outside. Like I said, they just clean it up. And then we'll be putting this thing in the truck, and I'll show you what it's going to take to get it to work, being that this is a 21-inch. And then you have a cold case cap, which is billet aluminum. And then you have a regular 16-pound cap. And I'm assuming you probably have to use silicone or glue or something to get that to stick, or double-sided tape. But that's basically all it is. So if you ever order the billet cap, Don't expect it to be the whole radiator cap. It's just a cap. Alright folks, so the next video will be building the fan shroud, and then the third video will be installing it in the truck. Have a great one.